Just know that I, Henry Emily, I'll be dead by the time you find me. Today is November 13th of 1993. It's currently 4:30 in the morning. During these next few moments, I'll be addressing a few things that have been left in the dark for so long. What I've done, why I've done it, why I plan on ending my life in just a few minutes. In 1977, my partner and I, William Afton, who I've known for many years, have worked and saved up enough money to open our first restaurant, Fredbear's Family Diner. It was a heartwarming place, truly. You know, fun, games, surprises, laughter. Most importantly, it was bringing the community together. Whether it was the pizza, the arcade, maybe even the animatronics. Everyone had their own reason to come to Fredbear's. Now William, being the genius he was, he built 2 robots for the musical entertainment. There was Fredbear, the yellow robotic bear, and Spring Bonnie, the yellow robotic bunny. They were the coolest inventions I'd ever seen. It's like they'd come out of some sci-fi movie from my childhood or something. I was impressed. Although we loved our jobs, times were tough through the Jimmy Carter administration. No matter how hard the man tried, he couldn't solve that oil problem we had in the late 70s. But things got better for small business owners like ourselves when Reagan fixed the gasoline prices and offered tax breaks in '81, which allowed us to save a ton of money. By early 1983, Will and I decided to go a step further and open a sister location, if you want to call it that. We called it Circus Baby's Pizza. We got new animatronics, better equipment, and the money was still rolling in every day. Until around June of that year, we started having gas leaks in the building, and the restaurants. This wasn't safe for kids no more. Ended up having to close the place down. We relied on what we were making from Fredbear's. That was until the infamous bite of '83, when William's oldest son, Michael, shoved his youngest son, Norman, to the mouth of Fredbear, causing the robot's jaws to crush the poor kid's frontal fucking lobe. Sorry. As soon as I heard the screaming from outside my office in the dining room, I looked over the stage. I saw blood coming from the animatronic's mouth. It was horrific. I knew it. At that very moment, we were finished. So, while the police arrived, I packed up all my belongings, credit cards, the remaining cash we earned. I answered a lot of questions from the detectives, and I went home. I nearly gave up that night entirely. I got a phone call from William saying he wasn't going to sue me, and that the situation was going to be dealt between him, his boy, and the state of Texas. I didn't believe it. A man who just lost his own son was not angry at me in the slightest. I don't know, man. The next day, I got a call from the county sheriff that a little girl was killed. It was my own daughter, Charlie. I'd sent her out earlier to help William clean the restaurant with a couple other employees. I said she could take a few things home that we didn't need anymore. Plushies, arcade prizes, stuff like that, Only to find out around that evening, she was sliced up all over her body. She had a laceration in her neck, hit her jugular, gone. The sheriff found her in a trash pile behind the building. She was covered in blood. After reports from local teenagers smelling something unusually bad coming from back in the alleyway. They never found who killed my daughter. No footprints, no fingerprints, no weapon, nothing. I should have known that it was William. William, he was a Green Beret in Vietnam. He was taught to hunt, find, kill without a trace, period. The demons he brought home from war consumed him. He thought he was a tool without a purpose. I tried to help him. I genuinely thought he got better. Thought he was getting over it, but I was wrong. Anyways, after that, I knew I just had to put the past behind me, so after beating a ton of lawsuits in '85, we moved our restaurant to a different location, and we built Freddy Jr.'s. It was a restaurant like Fredbear's, but bigger, better, and a lot friendlier. At least that's what I thought, with the new toy animatronics. I mean, they were smaller, they were cheaper, they were more colorful, so what's the worst that could happen, right? 85 and 86 were great years, but 1987, that was the worst year of my fucking life. 5 kids, they went missing in the restaurant in the span of 1 week and a day. 1 fucking week. The state of Texas sent out an Amber Alert, but that didn't do anything. A daytime guard named Jeremy Fitzgerald, he was killed by a mangled up animatronic hanging on the ceiling of Kids Cove. As that white foxy robot came down, bit the man in the face, crushed him, crushed his skull, gone, dead. The whole operation was over at the end of the week on Sunday. William and I were questioned for about a month before the police let us go. I began to go insane and just think that maybe those toys were alive. I privately hired 2 truck drivers to dump the toy animatronics out in the woods, just to never be seen again. It's been 6 years since that fateful day. I can't believe I reopened the restaurant again. William convinced me to try out the last few animatronics he created, and I did it. I opened the final Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. After all, money makes the world go round, you know? But I recently done some thinking, a bit of snooping around, and my discoveries have been, to put it short, a nightmare. Managed to find a boatload of VHS tapes from every year we were open in the parts and service room, and what I saw made me puke. It made me scream. I couldn't sleep for 2 weeks fucking straight. On these files were footage of the animatronics. They were looking directly in the cameras. I knew I was a sane man. I know what I saw. But I never knew it was this fucking bad. For over 20 years, I was lied to. My employees, my own partner, hid things from me that I would have never believed in my entire life. I discovered that William Afton, my own partner, my brother, he had killed 5 children. He blamed it on me and was responsible for the death of my own fucking daughter. I knew he hadn't forgiven me for that operation and malfunction that killed his son. I fucking knew it. I knew it wasn't over. Now what? What do? Do I report it to the police? Do I go after him? Do I kill him? No. I've done something you'll never figure out to the day he dies. You see, after this is over, I imagine, in about 30 years, he'll take everything we've worked on, turn it into a museum for profit. Who knows? Maybe he'll try on one of those Fredbear suits we made back in '77. After William came back from Nam, he taught me about how the Viet Cong, the NVA, they would set traps in the ground. They would kill American soldiers. They would set down the punji sticks. They would step on them and get infected, and they would die. They'd be stuck there. Let's just say that if he hops in one of those suits, he'll get the shock of his fucking life. That motherfucker. So it is with a heavy heart I end this recording here, and I make amends with God's creations. I'll finally go to a place where I will see my daughter for eternity. Thank you for listening. And to William, your eternal pit of misery has opened to swallow your asshole, so don't keep the devil waiting, old friend. I'll see you in hell. I love you, Charlie. I didn't want this to happen, any of this. But, I mean, you reap what you sow, and I just can't go on any longer. I have to leave. I have to. Every cell of this cancer has to be destroyed. That's including me. So,